Good morning everyone, how yous going? Look at this. It's a really dark overcast day. The GoPro makes everything lighter. Hello Maggie, look at the magpie sitting up there on the light. Hello Maggie, sing me a song. Oh, thank you. Anyway, just a typical day. It's a the hot water system's on, of course. It's at 59 degrees Celsius. We've got it set, it'll cut off when it gets to 65. That's where we like our hot water set. It kills all the bacteria in the water tank and stops nasty little viruses getting through. But that's just a sort of a typical day here today. Very typical. Let's have a look what's going on in the power room, shall we? Alright, so I'm connected to the smart shunt, and you can see there, even with this, now we've got just under 10 kilowatts. I mean, we call it 10 kilowatts because it's so close to 10 kilowatts on our roof. And you can just see what's going on there. You can see the amps going up and down as with the clouds. And bear in mind, we have got normal stuff running like the computers and house lights because it is fairly dark, and we're still doing really good, really good. This one says we're at 93%. It's set up for lithium, for AGM, lead acids, and this one says we're at 88%. Okay, it's got that's the Whiz Bang Junior shunt we're looking at there, and as you can see, its amps are going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's really hard to put the two together because they cycle at different times, but they do tend to agree, even though there's a slight difference in the state of charge. It's not a great difference. Which one's the true state of charge? Look, I've got really no idea with these. You can set them up with exactly the same settings and they'll both give you different readings. All I can say is the shunt, the Bluetooth shunt, is just down underneath on top of that little black switch there. Okay, and the Whiz Bang Junior shunt is right here at the batteries, right in the batteries, right there. So that's the only difference in the setup of them. They both read the same amps, they're just slightly different on the state of charge. But as far as the power room goes, look, everything in here is running excellent. A little bit of feedback on this thermal switch I put in. It's absolutely been brilliant so far. Okay, it hasn't, the fans aren't on yet. They don't come on till it gets 35 degrees C in here. And it's saving me a little bit of power just having that, putting that in, because before basically it was being run by a timer, and come 8 AM the fans would be on and they'd be turned off at 5 PM. The consumption on those fans is 1.6 amps an hour per fan. So it is saving me a little bit of power, not a lot, but it's saving me a little bit. The inverters have just been performing flawlessly, absolutely flawlessly. They've both got solar. I've got solar on everything in here, and you can hear them. They're not loud. They're just doing what they're meant to do, is provide the house with a beautiful stable 230 volts at 50 hertz, and that's exactly what they do. I haven't, since I've been off grid. Before I went off grid, I was getting massive volts. Those that used to have followed me, I had the milk factory across the road, and they were mainly all induction loads, and when motors turned on and turned off over there, I was getting massive volts, in excess of 265 volts through my house, and it was just blowing gear up. It was popping light globes. It was shocking. It got that bad that I got the ombudsman involved after not getting any help from Western Power, and basically they had to come to a settlement with me about all the broken gear, and then they had 2 weeks to fix the problem, and they told the ombudsman that the problem couldn't be fixed, and that's when I went off grid. And I haven't blown anything up, and we've been off grid, I don't know, more than 12 years now, and I haven't replaced the power supply in a computer or a TV. I haven't blown any fridges or freezers up. I haven't even popped any light globes. It's just chalk and cheese to what it was with grid power. And things are getting worse as people switch to electric cars. Look, our grid, the government's pushing electric cars, everything electric. Switch your stoves to electric, put everything electric. Why would you do that in a state where they can't guarantee the electricity? Why would you change your either LPG or natural gas stove and hot water system over to a power supply that is not reliable from Western Power? It is not reliable. Malawa right now, you know, they nearly lost their doctor over it because the doctor just got sick of all the power outages. Yeah, look, if you can go off grid, people do it. Not to mention the prices are just about, yeah, I mean the price you pay for power and line maintenance and everything else just isn't worth it these days for the quality of the power you're getting. And you can go off grid now for roughly around 30k if you've already got a 5 kilowatts of solar on your roof. Put a hybrid inverter in and a battery backup system. Silvio sells stuff like that at eSolar up in Perth, and he sells it at a reasonable cost, and it's installed and you don't have to worry about it. If you want to, you know, keep Western Power on your house and use it as a backup system, that's a very affordable way to go. You can get that done very cheaply, and you know, very affordable. It's very affordable. It's more affordable than not knowing when the power's going out, you know, because all houses, even my house, you know, everything's electric. Even this room here is all controlled by computer. That's a computer, that's a computer. I can manage my system from anywhere in the world, from my iPad. Yeah, it just makes sense now to, if you don't want to go off grid, at least put a good backup system in. And if like, yeah, if you're sick of losing power, I mean, how many, look at Malawa, they've already got backup generators, okay? But when even the backup generators fail, then at the doctor's surgery they're putting another generator. How many generators do you need, Western Power, to keep the lights on? It's not economical to burn all that diesel, all right? And they've got natural gas generation. Well, that's almost as polluting as coal. Alright, go green, or just give up and let people sort their own power out, you know. We can all do without the rotting power lines in the streets anyway. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, look, I've got a real thing about power supplies, and the wife and I have been off grid for a lot of years now, and we've never looked back. Okay, our system's probably paid for itself twice over now. And you know, we put a system in at Eddie's, and Eddie uses a lot of power. I can't mention his last name, but he is on my channel. His system is there, and that paid for itself over 4 years. That's how much power that man used. And yeah, when the power goes out, and it does go out, and it's more and more often, you know, I would really like to know, like, for years and years and years, people have paid for line maintenance fees and all this sort of stuff. What has actually happened to all that money? Where's it gone? Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's a little video for you. I'm sorry I ranted a bit, but as you can see, my system goes great. Last winter we used about 20 litres of petrol excuse me, for the whole year, and that was during a few days in winter, when it was just raining for days on end, and we had to top our system up with our little 3 kVA generator, because we actually don't run our house off the generator. The generator runs this unit here, which then charges my batteries. It's actually the only way it powers my house is by charging my batteries, which is why I can get away with such a tiny small generator. And that's working great. I've even had this little Honda generator, this little 2.2, doing the same thing as a test, and it was doing the same thing, running this charging side of this unit, just to help charge the house. I've got no solar or anything on this unit. It's just basically a spare backup 5 kilowatt inverter and a battery charger, and that's it. Anyway, that's it, people. I'm not going to rant and rave anymore. I've been telling you for years to do something about your power, and you know, basically, unless you all want babysitter governments that tell you to do every tiny little thing in your life and be like your parents, and you're a 2-year-old child, then start taking matters like your own power and your own safety to yourself, and stop expecting the government to do everything. Yeah, anyway, keep safe everyone. I hope you enjoy this little video. Cheerio, bye for now.